Okay, let's start. To the Supreme God, to my spiritual teacher, to all the spiritual teachers, holy masters, all the saints, holy angels, spiritual helpers, and all the great ones, we humbly invoke for your divine guidance, divine love, divine blessings, for illumination, for divine oneness, divine bliss, divine help, divine help, and divine protection. We thank you in full faith. So be it. So, friends, today, in the last 4 classes, we have discussed our relationship with God, and then we have discussed our own roles and responsibilities. We have discussed what is acceptance, what is surrender. Um, Today, technically, and then we also discussed the importance of sadhana and all of that. So today, yeah, there are a few questions, but looks like they were not very clear in terms of how it affects their life. It was not personal questions. So I thought I'll talk about a related topic called paradigms, which we had discussed in divine design. And I'll also talk about energy field, which is sort of related to that question on how do we, rather, will do people drain our energies kind of thing. So, and I also wanted to discuss one more topic which came to me offline, where a person is facing a lot of resentment and challenges that not challenges exactly, some experiences that he has had with his in-laws, um, which he believed led to a lot of financial loss, and sort of they misused him, and it created a lot of financial loss, and because of that he was drained. He felt drained, and he went into a lot of health related issues. Because of his health related issues, his wife also passed away. So these are the belief systems that are there. That is, my I became like this because of them. My wife died because of my health issue. She had cancer and all of those kinds of things. So, of course, there's a lot of clarity that has already been given. But since I also had some personal experience with respect to resentment with my own family members and how I had my own health issues, I wanted to talk a little more about that and bring a lot more clarity into that aspect as well. So, let us not forget that we are born alone and we go back alone, and then we go back with our own virtues. And we are here for our own spiritual growth, and we just can't grow in isolation, isn't it? There are so many entities that are contributing to our own spiritual growth, and we are contributing to their spiritual growth. So like that, it is an interconnected space of energies, and we should not forget that I am also a contributor, and I just can't be just taking and taking from the world. There is always something that we are giving back into the world, and as a result something is coming back to us based on how much we gave to the world. So if I have been a major contributor, then I have the right, rather I may not have the right to expect, but at least there is a system to give me back what I deserved. Okay, so let us not forget that I am just alone and I operate alone. It doesn't work like that, because there are so many things. So as in last class, we discussed about this, how we are all interconnected, and how we can be grateful for that entire system and all of those things. So, see, when it comes to my own case, right, uh, I was married off young, and I came to a family with a lot of value systems and orthodox mentality and all of that. But then I came from after watching a lot of movies, a lot of Hindi movies, a lot of Kannada movies, and all of those things, hero, heroine, and where they take care of them like a what princess. and Hum Aapke Hai Kaun types movies and all of those things, right? So it is all Suraj Barjatia's movies. Like everything is all painted rosy and pink and all of that. So I also came from that kind of mindset, um, and I didn't really have too many challenges while growing up as well. It was a middle class family. My father did not. Uh, I didn't feel pinched for money, although my needs were very limited. I lived in a very small circle, very a small town and everything. So we had very little needs. We spent little. So it was all a very nicely taken care of system in my childhood. But then when I came back at my in-laws' place, there were a lot of rules, regulations, lots of orthodox concepts came in, how a daughter-in-law has to be. So it came with its own stuff. And I also had a lot of anger, fear, in the sense, anxiety, lots of things, mixed up feelings were there. And I didn't like things that I didn't like I felt that I am not free anymore, I'm not independent anymore. I've been told what to do. I don't like to do all of these things. Um, so it is more like the freedom was lost. So the more I felt that the freedom was lost, the more I felt like I was in a cage, I was like a prisoner. I also felt like running away. And then when I got a break to move to US for a project, I in fact left my newly married husband also and ran away to the US. And I didn't run away, it was with their consent only. But then it felt like it was a very good break. Then my husband also got a job there, and then he also moved there. We stayed in US for about 3 years. That at that moment, that period of 3 years sort of helped me, what do you say, sit and introspect about many things, and I became more self-confident, more self. I realized what I am, what I don't like, what I can do. From a newly wed 23-year-old, I was more like a person who was more experienced and matured and all that. And then, of course, I came back in 3 years and I still had a lot of these old things to face. So, overall, I used to have a lot of hate within me for the system, for even God, for that matter. I didn't do any puja also at that time because, oh, they did puja, I should not do what they do. It was more like that. So everything that they believed, I would really go against it. I may not be fighting for it, fighting, and I was not very physical, but mentally I was at war inside. So this basically sort of um, piled up a lot of energies, dense energies within my own body. And eventually, I faced diseases, autoimmune diseases. And I have also faced death about 2 times. And rather, steroids and other injections brought me back, I should say. And then I have lived on medicines for many years. And over a period of time, let's say life just gave me a break, and then I came into natural healing. And initial part of my natural healing journey was all about myself and my healing and all of that. And I did what I had to do, irrespective of anything, right? Whether I followed a plant-based lifestyle because that was the experience that came to me. And before this, I've been on medicines, on various different kind of medicines. And facing life-threatening issues was very difficult for me because I had 2 children and all of that. So over a period of time, when I became more healthy, but mentally I was still having a lot of it. Physically, I was maintaining my diet. Through diet, I was maintaining myself, but mentally, I was still there. Like had a lot of hate. So plants really help me raise my vibrations at least to a level where I was not, what do you say, in reactive mode all the time. I was more able to understand what I am going through. But over a period of time, as I came to spirituality and all of that, I understood what is happening to me and how my emotions actually derailed me. And I was able to look at my past and see how I was responsible for my own problems. And I was able to see my own problems that came to me in the past and that is still in front of me, and the hate I carried and the anxieties and the fear and all of those things I carried for people in front of me, they're my own, and it was within me. And what was within me was actually hurting me. Although at that time I still blamed somebody else for making me be this, I still realized through, let's say, teachers who came to me at that time, through teachers, that what I had within me, I only have to bear, I only have to release, I only have to manage it, because that is now hurting me. So over time, applying spiritual practices and all of those things, bringing gratitude into my life, bringing blessings into my life, right? Constantly blessing people, constantly chanting, constantly all of that. See, I had so much of hate towards my in-laws that I was also not able to even do anything for them yet. It was, I mean, no. Although I knew, yeah, problem was with me. If I have to get rid of it, I have to do it. I mean, at that time, you hate somebody so much that you actually don't even want to even try anything to send them some good vibes, so that I mean, we feel that they don't deserve it, right? Although the intellect is telling you, the discriminatory capacity within you is telling you, yes, this is what you have to do because it's for your own good. It doesn't matter whether others deserve it or no, you still have to do it because your well-being is concerned. So in spite of knowing that, I never used to do it. But then over a period of time, of course, I crossed that hurdle also and I did it. And the more I continue to do it and bring, what do you say, good vibes, I would just constantly keep blessing. Appa be blessed, Amma be blessed, Appa be blessed, Amma be blessed, right? My in-laws. So the more I kept doing that, doing that, what happened over a period of time, something shifted within me. And what bothered me in the past did not bother me anymore. It took time. I did not do it like consciously, oh, I have to chant. Because those days there was no system for me to basically, there was no such class. I never attended such classes which actually guided me into some of these things. Like, yeah, you hear somewhere and then, yeah, it resonated with you and then you just start following it. Something, it was more like that. Or it came on some Facebook or all of those things. So it took some time, but when I shifted, right, because of those practices that I did, although I did not know that the practices would actually change me, they just said that is the way you have to do. You have to shift your own vibrations because you are in hate. So you have to apply love towards yourself. And it's like if the pickle is within me, the burn is happening within me. I can't say that, oh, the spiciness is coming from somebody else. The At the time, this thing that they are just messengers was not known. I still blamed them, but the irrespective of whether I blamed them or no, I had to do the work. That was very clear. So the more we do the work of clearing within ourselves, we shift. And then when we shift our frequency, when we are able to accept, see, that was acceptance, right? That I have to change, I have to work because it is within me. So, what happened when this continued to keep happening over many years? It took me about at least 7 to 8 years. Gradually, it took that. By the end of at least 8 years, it was such a good feeling that a person was not even able to sit with my mother-in-law and without feeling restless, hearing her talks, I was able to at one point sit there and actually actively listen to what they are saying. It came to that state. And then over a period of time, it crossed that boundary also. And then recently in the last February period, it went to another level. And I was able to see myself serving unconditionally. So when we shift within ourselves, what the hate that we carry, the anger that we carry, will actually be completely insignificant to us anymore. And we have just chosen to give priorities to other feelings that are already within us only. It does not matter what feelings we have within us, what belief systems we have within us, what anger we have within us, what joy we have within us. Everything is within us only. But what are we choosing to invest in? What are we choosing to focus on? So when I started doing the blessings, the gratitude, and all of those things, despite those things within me, I just chose to operate at a higher frequency. Even though those experiences still existed in front of me, accepting that, with, despite all of that, despite those, let's say, old memories, despite those old experiences, you still choose to do what is the right thing. You still choose to operate from what you planned to do now. Now is what matters, no? What happened in the past, yeah, will exist as a memory. You can still go ahead and remember all of those things. But over a period of time, those memories will actually no longer make you disturbed, because you have now put so much of focus on those positive energies over a period of time, that those negative things, even when they come to your memory, they'll feel like, oh yeah, something like that happened in the past, but it no longer disturbs me. So it is a matter, it's a choice to actually go to that place. It cannot automatically happen. We have to choose. It's all a choice. And if we, who, so I read a quote somewhere. So who is this person who is going to come to your rescue when you are totally shattered in your life, in any aspect of your life? It is your own self, the one who is so shattered that they can't take that shattering anymore. That person is going to come and help you. He is going to come and say, or she is going to come and say, no, that's enough. I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm going to go. I'm going to move from this place. So who's that? We ourselves. So if I have the disease, and if the disease is bothering me, if those resentments are bothering me, why should somebody else change? We should change. And we should accept that we have to change. That is coming from a place of acceptance, that yeah, I have all of these things, I have all of these hates, I have all of these angers, I don't like those people, yes, I do blame them, yeah, all that is a given. Now what? Those are facts. Yes, I'm not denying all of those things, but yeah, now what? Now I want to shift. I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there. I'm done. So that kind of, I'm done. It's like I'm done. That kind of thing has to come. Unless that I'm done feeling does not come, no, you'll still be trying. I don't like this, I like this, and then blaming, all that will still keep happening. That I am done, I can't be here anymore. I want that. I will keep doing whatever has to be done. Will has that determination, that willpower has to come. It's called dhriti in Sanskrit. It has to come. And unless that kind of turnaround point comes, no, we really will not move from that point. And we can move from any point. So it's like you should just want to get out of that state badly. And that should supersede your wanting to be in that state. Ah, yeah, it's okay. It's too high. It's a lot of work. I can't chant. I don't have time. Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want to get out of that state badly enough. So this is where investment of energy comes. So where do you want to invest your energy? You want to invest your energy in your healing, or you want to invest your energy in like just continuing to be who you are on a daily basis? If that I'm done has not come yet, you will definitely not want to risk, or even if it's a risk, you don't know, it's some new thing. Or somebody is saying chanting or whatever, chanting this, that, blessings. You will not invest energy into that. It's like if somebody says, hey, try this, this is definitely going to work. You will try. You just feel that I just want to get out. Some change is better. Any change is better, so I will just try to get out of this. Anything but this. That state has to come. Only then you will be willing to try anything new that comes up. Whether it is right or wrong, you will not see. You will just jump and see whether that is, yeah, I'm just going to sample and see. It's okay. Yeah, anything from this, anything but this. So that fire has to come. And only then what will happen is you will basically shift from that place, inch by inch, inch by inch. And tomorrow you will realize that you are actually around the same people and you have nothing but love and respect for the same people. Now, what happened? What happened? Did they change? Did you give gyan to them? No, no, no elderly people can be taking gyan from youngsters and then shifting and saying, yeah, yeah, all that. But today, that is my reality. I've seen this happen. I've experienced this. Inch by inch, I've experienced this. And today, I don't miss my mother because my mother in law is everything. She is that motherly figure who's there in my life. And there was a time when I was losing my life blaming her. See, this happens, it is real. And I'm a living example who can actually tell all of these things. So we have to do our work and we have to do this work for ourselves, not for this relationship, not for anything, but to, because that triggers that are coming to me or to us is constantly telling that it's an obstacle towards our own growth. And let's not even do all of these things for spiritual growth. Let's do it for, oh, I can't stay in this point. I can't keep feeling the same emotions because it bothers me, it hurts me. Let's at least start from that. So let's do it at least for a purpose to say, okay, I can't be in a state that hurts me. And let me try to discipline myself by doing some practices. So even if you are not doing the acceptance, even if you are not going to surrender, even if it's not God that is coming into picture, let's do it for ourselves. Let discipline be that navigating factor for you to start somewhere. Because discipline definitely brings a lot of growth in our life. To even a child, right? A disciplined child who is doing a lot of studies and all of that, she definitely gets a good rank. Even if rank was not her priority or anything, maybe discipline itself is her priority. And that will definitely bring a lot of progress in her. And it not only does that to a child, it does that to us also because we are creatures of habit. And we need to bring a lot of discipline into our life. And let's say even just doing some simple practices like chanting, anything, chanting, you can just say, be blessed, be blessed, be blessed, be blessed, be blessed, be blessed. That itself is so good. Stay blessed, be blessed. You can bring somebody's name and just say, keep saying, be blessed, be blessed, be blessed. Because when you give blessings to somebody, you're choosing to say that let let the best happen to them. But ultimately, who is this person who's selflessly blessing somebody? You. So the more you do this act of selflessness to somebody, why? Because it is the right thing to do. You realize you don't have love anymore. You carry a lot of poison within you. That is a predominant emotion that you are having as of now. So when that predominant emotion is burning you every day, obviously you need to bring in a lot of, let's say, pureness into that system. So that is where a lot of love has to be generated. So selflessly doing service, selflessly wishing somebody, selflessly appreciating somebody, selflessly being grateful to God, grateful to people who have helped you in your life. It really brings in that land becomes fertile, they say, no, something like that. The land with full of weeds inside you, it now becomes fertile. It's like, let's say, Now rains have started falling. Beautiful rains have now started falling on that land which has never seen water. And now slowly it will start becoming fertile. So this is how we need to see our system. Just do something to just keep making it fertile. So that is why disciplining ourselves helps a lot. Don't do it for acceptance. Don't do it for surrender. Don't do it for God. Don't do it for anybody. Just do it for the fertility. Just do it for the divinity that you have to bring within yourself. Now I have these are the predominant emotions that I feel, which is actually making me like this, sick to the core. So I will choose to do gratitude. I will choose to bless somebody on a daily basis. That's it. No questions. You're not asking any questions. You're not thinking twice. You're just saying, no, I'm just going to keep investing in this like a systematic investment plan. Just giving it. Okay. So this is what shifts us. So when it comes to, and patience is the key. So we are not doing some of these disciplining ourselves work to change somebody else, to change relationships. No, we are not doing it for any purpose. We are just doing it to clean or to bring that divinity back within ourselves, because lack of divinity is hurting us. And that hurt bothers us. Just let's do it for that purpose. And when, what, how that will change, we don't know. Just keep putting. I mean, there is nothing like enough when you actually keep feeding yourself good energies, no? There is nothing, there's no limit to that. But there is a limit to feeding yourself negative energies. You can't be fearful and more fearful and more fearful and more fearful. You cannot do that because there is a limit to that. After a certain limit, your body cannot take it. It cannot go any lower. There is a set frequency to the bottom. To go to the bottom, there is a limited frequency. You can't go beyond that. There is, for every ego, maybe let's say my ego maybe can go to a certain frequency. Those experiences will come and then it'll wake me up. It'll make me go to a point of, oh, I can't take this anymore kind of thing, and then I'll shift. But then there are people who will probably need a lower threshold to basically their breaking point is maybe further lower. And there is a limit for that also. It cannot go any more lower because the body cannot take it. The body cannot take it. But when it comes to going higher, there is no limit. It's the infinite state. Because there is God at the higher frequency. So God is infinite. So while going to the higher state, there is no limitation. But to go to the lower state, there is a limitation. We cannot go lower and lower and lower. We will wake up at some point. There is a threshold limit for the ego. For everybody's ego, there is a different threshold limit. Okay. So hence we must do this for ourselves. It is very important. I didn't understand what you're saying, Bella. So like one of our friends communicated that she doesn't want to keep any RE6.
It's a relationship with us.
Keep any relationship with me and my family. I felt emotionally hurt. Tried, where did it go? Oh, sorry, I went off to the other one. Okay. I tried to revive, talk, communicate, but no solution. How to get out of this hurt and how to accept this hurt? See, yeah, let me come to one more topic called energetic field. See, when it comes to our experiences, right? Okay, let me talk to this one first. And we have discussed in our previous classes also that whatever we experience, right, it is directly proportional to the frequencies that we carry within us. So now this is a physical body, right? Now, around this physical body, there is like a bubble. Let's say we are surrounded by a energy field, and this energy field is made up of our subtle body. Okay, this subtle body, imagine that you are now wearing a space suit and now or a balloon suit. Okay, this balloon, everybody is wearing a balloon suit, and this balloon suit is more like energy. And if you come and overlap with somebody else's energy, your balloon suit and their balloon suits sort of intermingle like this. Okay. So why all of this balloon suit was designed around us is to make us more unique. It is like more like a fingerprint. My fingerprint and your fingerprint is very unique. My signature and your signature is very unique. So this is what is called sovereignty. Okay, it's called sovereignty. And here sovereignty means it makes me unique, it makes you unique. And why should it be unique? So that your uniqueness can be experienced from your unique point of view and somebody else can experience from their unique point of view. It is not it is not expected to be the same. So if I see an apple and somebody sees the same apple, what I see and what I experience may be very different from what they see and what they experience. So what does it mean? I have an energetic body. I have an energy body, emotional body, mental body, all of that I have in my subtle bodies. Okay. It is called a subtle body. Subtle means it is not physical. It is made up of energy. It is not visible to our naked eye. Okay. So this subtle body, when this intermingles like this, it is like it will help me experience how, what is the meaning of experiencing? It filters. It is taking that information, it is taking that energy. So when two people meet, two people's energy is talking first before their mouth can actually talk. Okay, so energy talks first. So let's say you are angry inside, but then you're all smiling, hey, I love you, yeah, yeah, I know. Do you think it is, you are actually faking it? No, you are not authentic. Your energy is speaking something, and you are all faking from your face with your face expressions and all that. Do you think that other person will not know it? No, they will actually tell you things which you will be surprised. You will say, oh my God, I'm actually smiling and all of that, but then she still hurt me. She still gave me these sentences, some sarcastic remarks or something like that, and it actually hurt me. Why? I was still very nice to her. I was speaking all these beautiful words with her. I showed respect to her. I gave her coffee. I gave her all of these things. I told her that I made all of these things specifically for her, but still she gave me all these sarcastic remarks and it hurt me, you know. You can tell all of these things. But your energy is not going to lie. Your energy is actually having those feelings for her and she mimicked those feelings for you back. She just gave you those experiences back. So what does it mean? It means that first, the energy talks, these bubbles, the energy bubbles, they overlap with each other. It's about, let's say, 18, I think a few centimeters around us. Okay, few centimeters, few inches around us. And when they talk like this, even before the physical body comes into contact, physically, let's say now it is touching each other. Now let's say this hand has an energetic field, this hand also has an energetic field, and when I basically bring them close together, they are actually felt like they are touching each other. Okay, you can, when you experience or when you do this and all of that, no, and then you feel the energetic field around each other, you can actually feel it. So like that, our bodies also will feel. We are not so aware. We are not sensitive. We are not aware yet to be able to read the feelings that are coming at an energy level from somebody else. Okay. So like this, when we experiences somebody else's energy or opposes energy, it is getting filtered through our mental body, emotional body, and then the physical body is only outputting that. That's all. Okay, physical body is just a vehicle to express it out. But what the physical body takes in as from its inputs, which is our own sense organs and all that, that is experienced at the subtle body level. Again, so the entire database or the processing unit is in the subtle body. So when we constantly keep experiencing these things across multiple lives, what is happening is many experiences come, and you should be aware that we are in the third dimensional space, which means we have a lot of emotions that are available in this frequency band. Third dimension space means we are in a frequency band like heaven. Have you know, like in Shastras and all, we talk about heaven, Indra, and all of those things are like even in Bible they talk about heaven. So let's say heaven is, let's assume it is fifth dimensional space where there is nothing but love, and everywhere it is open communication, and everywhere everybody knows everything, everybody's energy, so that kind of thing. Okay, so it's all pain, it's all good. But when you come lower to third dimensional space, there are a lot of frequencies to experience. There is, it's a duality. Duality means there is emotions which have two different opposite ends. Like there are opposite frequencies. Like if there is love, there is also fear. Okay, so if there is good, there is also bad. When there is a day, there is also night. There is a sun, there is no sun. There is moon, there is no moon. So all of these different experiences are there at different. So these are called polarities, or it's also called duality. So for example, you may meet a person, and initially there may be some, let's say, misunderstanding at your own level, and then you tell, I don't like you, I felt hurt, I felt ignored, I felt this, I felt disrespected. All that you will probably have in the initial part of the conversation. Let's say you keep talking. By the end of the conversation, let's say it's all settled, you will come and stay in the same with the same person. You will say, yeah, now I feel like I'm loved, now I feel I'm respected, now I feel like this. So what it means, that it means that I'm capable of experiencing two opposite kind of emotions, two opposite kind of belief systems. Initially you may go there with a belief system saying, I don't agree to this, some theory, I don't agree to this. But then let's say discussions and all happen, and then you come out of that conversation saying, oh my God, I so resonate with this, I so believe this. So this happens to us. So what does it mean? It means that we have so much to process. And who is the person who is navigating this whole thing? Our ego. And ego is the one that is protecting our body, all the bodies, not just the physical body. It is protecting mental body. It is also protecting the emotional body. And it will keep doing that until we shift to a higher frequency, where we will start getting instructions from our own higher self. But today, if we are not, let's say, connected to a higher self, if our physical body has not evolved so much, our mental and emotional bodies have not evolved so much, if we have not gone higher so much to be able to, because as it keeps going higher and higher, the ego will reduce. Ego will reduce its role. It will reduce its work, and slowly, higher self will start taking over the responsibility of giving those instructions of what to do, how to do, what is the right thing to do. Today, you may see some relative and say, oh shit, I will never talk to her because she has always been blah, 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 blah. Some belief system will override you. But tomorrow, as you keep evolving, you will say, okay, fine. Yeah, that was the experience at that time, but I will see it from a knowledge point of view. I will do the right thing. I will still talk to her. Because for me, I have to do the right thing. Old experiences don't matter to me. something like that. You will base it more on knowledge, you will base it more. So as we keep going higher, we will start taking instructions from the same inner voice, but that now that inner voice is not going to be ego, it is going to be coming from a higher place, our own higher self. So so the entire 3D body is designed such that you will operate in ego and keep operating in ego, keep operating in, let's say, ego will keep trying to protect the mental body. It'll make different beliefs just to protect itself from pain, trauma, hurt, all of that. It'll keep doing. If somebody is trying to hurt you, you will run away from that person. You will label that person. All that ego is doing, by to protect. It is meant to do that. All of this garbage that we have collected through all of this cooked up stories that ego has done, no, it is all meant to go higher. When we all go to a certain stage in evolution, it all needs to be swept with a broom. That is the whole thing. Initially, that dirt that we accumulate will happen. We can't, there is no choice. Why there is no choice? Because we are at such a lower frequency, such a denser frequency, that higher self will only be more like an intuitive thing. It's more like, imagine in the past, I don't know whether some of you youngsters have that experience. We used to do trunk calls and those kinds of things. There was no proper direct communication. There was no direct telephone line, let's say between cities and all of that. We had to go through a central channel and do connect to that main, let's say, telephone exchange or something. And then the telephone exchange, you will say, I want to do place a trunk call to such and such a city, and then it will go through them. Sometimes what happens is, since the telephone lines are not well established in many villages or even many places, we were not able to hear the voices properly. It used to be very broken, and all of that. Today, even voice WhatsApp calls are very clear. But those days, direct lines also were not very clear. Why? Because the established lines were very poor. The quality of lines were very poor. Today, our communication with our own higher self, the the higher self, which is our enlightened version of ourselves, the know-it-all version of ourselves, is very poor. So hence, we cannot we it can it is it's connection is there, but we are not in a position to hear it. It is not a voice or something. It is more like it maybe sometime when we are at a very clear level, when our thoughts are very clear, our mind is very silent, maybe then it can send the thoughts. The thoughts will, we can read the thoughts as if it is coming from God, or it will be more intuitive. You will know, yeah, this is the right thing to do. It comes more like an inspired thought, inspired action kind of thing. So, but those are very small breakthroughs that we have on on a daily basis. We don't have that full connection. Like we have that, what do you say? That streamed, that seamless connection is actually not there with God, which is why we are so dependent on the ego. And ego's job was meant to be like a guiding intelligence, and it was meant to protect these bodies. It was meant to continue to keep operating us, get all of these experiences, and over a period of time it will all get sorted out, sort of thing. Okay, so hence we may not have the luxury to judge whether this is right or wrong. Whatever will keep coming, the ego is still filtering, ego is still doing its work. But now we are at a level where we are neither here nor there. We are probably getting the knowledge. There are people, right? There are people who has not even sat through such classes, who are just going in that world of Maya, doing 9 to 5 job, whatever they're. Let's say there is no. It's like they're still blaming. They're still, that kind of thing is still happening. Hurt is happening. Pain is happening. Everything is happening, and they are in the same circle. But maybe some of us are at a stage where we have now understood that we need to look for a break. We need to look for some answers, and then we come to such classes over a period of time. Maybe over many lives we've come to such classes. Many after such classes, we've come to many such more classes. So this knowledge is what is helping us apply the concepts that we are getting. You're able to understand. You're able to understand. I am able to tell. Did I talk like this in the past? I may also not have talked like this in the past. For me also, it took time to come to this place. For you also, it took time to come to this place. So your exchange with me is also helping me grow. So it is more like this. So this energy channel will hold a lot of such things called belief systems, which we have created to protect ourselves from so-called tigers and lions. We've seen behaviors in other people which were more threatening to us, and we have tried to protect ourselves in many ways. So these are the belief systems that we have. And then we have many times what happened is once we take in all those emotions and feelings, those have to be let out through the body. But we have not done that also, because many times we are constantly thinking about it, and the mind is feeling that it is actually happening. Let's say today you went through a traumatic experience. Tomorrow also you'll think about it. Tomorrow 10 times you'll think about it. Day after tomorrow 10, 15 times you'll think about it. It is constantly thought through, right? When it is constantly thought through every time, maybe on the first day when it happened, you cried. But what about the second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, many years, you're still thinking about it? What happened every single time? You may not be crying at the same intensity, releasing at the same intensity. You're only thinking and feeling bad and all of those things, right? Now, where are all those energies going? Everything is made up of energy, no? So those energies are now collected in our body, and that is released as diseases. As because once the energy comes, no, they have to be filtered, they have to be released out through our chakras. It has to get distributed across our 7 chakras, and it has to be released out because they are like fans, constantly release. It is taking in energy, it is also releasing energy. But when our energies are more like quicksand. Quicksand means you may have seen this in movies. In forests, there is some place where the heroine or the hero, they will get stuck in that sand, and that sand will keep pulling them down. And then maybe one tree branch has to be given to them, and then some other hero pulls them out. All of this we've seen in movies, no? So that is called quicksand. Where inside there is a lot of movement of maybe it's a water or some sand or something, it's moving underneath, and because of that current, whatever object falls in it, heavier object, it basically is pulled down, that's all. So it is more like quicksand, or you can think it is more like, imagine that there is smoothie. If you have to suck a smoothie from a small straw, how difficult it is, no? So like that, it is difficult for dense energies to flow outside your chakra. Or imagine this fan. If the fan, sometimes when the fan is experiencing a lot of garbage, you may have seen this in industrial fans and all that, lot of black stuff would be collected in it. And it will, over a period of time, the rotation of that fan also will slowly start becoming slower and slower. Like that, even our chakras, it will collect all of this dense energies, and it will become slower and slower over a period of time. And around that, all these organs that are functioning, right, they also will become slower. Because what is the meaning of chakra? They may be at a subtle level. The chakra may be at a subtle level where all the nerve points are actually coming together. Major nerve points are coming together. And when the blood actually, when at a subtle body level, when the energies slow down, the blood flow in the physical body also will slow down. And when the blood flow slows down, then that organ to which the slowing of blood is happening, they will experience input and output slowness also. And their efficiency also slows down. And when one organ efficiency slows down, what will happen? It will be like a cascading effect in the whole body. So anyway, those are that. So basically, when two people interact, what I'm trying to tell you is nobody can hurt somebody else unless this person is allowing it to happen. Why? I said once that engagement happens, it is filtered. That information is filtered through the emotional body, the mental body, and then it comes to physical body. So mental body should have a belief that I have to allow this within me. Then emotional body should have corresponding feelings, corresponding emotions to allow. So unless we have a matching thing within us, it does not come through inside. But if there is no matching, you will see it, you will hear it, but it will not affect you. For example, let's say there is some news on the television. You may hear it, but it may not impact you. But there are people who heard that news, who really felt very bad for it, who actually was down for one day, who cried for one day, or things like that happen, no? Let's say some war is happening, and then many people will take it so seriously, and then they will ask questions. But there are people who will look at it and then who just flip it and move on. Why does that happen? Why different reactions are happening at different levels? Because of the matching frequencies that they carry, matching belief systems that they carry are not matching. So it has to match. So when people come into our lives as poses, they are displaying matching frequencies that we already have. So when we say that, is somebody draining my energy? Somebody is draining my energy or somebody is uplifting my energy. It depends on what is the belief system we have towards that person and his behavior. If I say that I hate this person, I don't like this person, I don't want to be in their presence, and their behaviors literally irritate me, those kinds of beliefs we already have, then obviously we feel drained uh, in their presence. Or maybe they have a certain tendency, like maybe a certain way of talking, something should be there that should not match with whatever, rather that should be having a conflict with what you have. Then you don't like them, then it is like an energy drain. So what I'm trying to say is, when you say that I'm feeling drained or I'm feeling uplifted by somebody's energy, it is because of it is because what do we have within us that is, when this information was exchanged between two energies, what is it filtering down to? It comes down to a certain meaning, it comes down to a certain understanding. The body is now experiencing something after getting filtered through various subtle bodies. So what is it? What is it getting translated to? It all means that. So unless you are able to allow something to happen into your life, it doesn't actually translate into this. So what I'm trying to say is, the pose may be coming to you, but that person is coming to you because you have a match. And many times we are in a situation, not many times, always we are in a situation that we are not in control of what comes to us, because there is so much within us that we have to clean up, or rather we don't even know what frequency we are vibrating at. But at a higher level, when a person is totally enlightened, and they know what they are, they know what is their frequency, they know what they are vibrating at, and when another energy comes to them, they can read those energies, they can interpret those energies. Can we are not at that level because we are not connected to our higher self like that. So we are at the mercy of our ego, we are at the mercy of our belief systems, we are at the mercy of our emotions. And that is why when I say we have to be more like a slave will have to go through this ego related grilling, or this, unless we have to evolve to a certain stage in our life, we have to go through this, what do you say, churning in our life. And that churning we can't accept unless we are in that humble mindset. Because when we are constantly fighting in that fighting mode, we will just create more and more entanglements in our life. So we need to allow, and then the more we allow, the more we apply all our acceptance and all that, the more it will all clear up and go. Because we can't fight it out, we can't fight the quicksand, We have to be calm for it to not pull us. In a storm, if you're stuck, you have to be in the center of the storm. In the center of the storm, it is very calm and peaceful. But in the sides of the storm, all the objects are circling with that storm. Houses, cars, trees, everything is now inside that storm. You will also get stuck inside that storm and it will also hit you, hurt you, everything will happen. So we need to be in the center means nothing should bother us. It's like we have to apply, it's like we have to apply all these things like maths formula. Just apply, trigger, okay, apply. So some things like this, when we are able to apply, no, then you'll not say, why is he draining my life? Why is she draining my life? We should not even question why poses are coming to us. It is coming, that's all. Why? Because there's a system that is meant to clean us. So there is a system that wants us to evolve. The system wants us to evolve. The higher self wants us to evolve. So it is bringing us experiences that is matching the frequencies that we should not be carrying, or we should not, that we should not be predominantly vibrating at. We are vibrating at anger, this, that, and yeah. In the past, when we experienced all those lower frequencies, we were supposed to experience it and leave it off. But we have accumulated because the beliefs, the ego was very scared to experience those things, and it happened. Okay, ego made it happen. Ego did its job. Good, bad or ugly, ego did its job. We can't blame the ego also, but now we need to train the ego to become more surrendered. Ego is not your enemy. Ego has been trying to protect you, which is why we are all alive today. So we must not be ego's enemy. We must take ego as our friend, more like a child that was just fearful, that was just trying to protect itself, that was just trying to hide from everything that it thought is going to hurt it. So, I mean, we have done that, right? When we thought that somebody is going to hurt us, we just went and hidden ourselves. So even ego has done that. Many lives it has done that. So now we should help the ego from itself, from its own tendencies. Why? Because now we are slowly connecting to our higher self. Knowledge is coming, no? Knowledge is coming to us, no? In the past, it did not come. We were not in this kind of position. We were not even getting the access to such kind of content. This is all high level content. We were not having access to these things. Today, if you are able to see some of these things on your YouTube channel, if you're getting some of these posts, you're constantly in that kind of a cloud, only seeing these things everywhere, it means that you are actually evolving. Your bodies are evolving. It has come to a level where we are on crossroads. We are somewhere in between. We are neither here nor there. When we did divine design, we spoke about anchoring. We have now anchored into the higher dimension, or we are anchoring into the higher dimension, or we are tapping into the higher dimension. We are slowly, step by step, we are going into the higher dimension. Maybe from third, we are going to fourth, or from fourth, we are going to fifth. Because fourth is also a duality dimension. So either way we are going, which is why we are getting knowledge. See, knowledge was already within us. It is just getting revealed through some of the poses that are coming in front of us. That's all. I'm also a pose. I'm also giving all this content because now you're ready. And you are giving me all this experience because I am ready. So we should just think like that. So when we say why these people are coming in my life, why draining and all of those things, just let's think that I have a certain match for this. And which is why this experience is coming to me. So let's say when a person is in a certain person's presence, you feel higher frequencies are getting attracted. Then that person is triggering those higher frequencies within you. That's all. A person can trigger lower frequencies within you. A pose can trigger higher frequencies within you. If let's say God himself comes in front of you, he will obviously trigger higher frequencies within you. It is already there within you, no? So why we are constantly discussing about lower frequencies? Because that is what is bothering us. Do we ever discuss about higher frequencies bothering us? No, we will never discuss that. We will say, I enjoyed it. Because those are not something that we want to run away from, or we want to basically, those are also something that you're accepting. Yes, when I go in that person's presence, I feel very uplifted. Yeah, that's also we are accepting it. It comes to us naturally. Ah, yeah, it was very nice. Yeah, I'm able to accept. But again, those triggers happened within me only. No, it was there within me. So we should believe that higher, lower, everything is within me. But certain frequencies, certain poses are coming in my life, which means I'm feeling uplifted. So there is not no talking of acceptance at all because we are naturally accepting. But where is the issue where ego is saying, no, I don't want it? Will ego say, no, I don't want it for higher frequencies? No, because ego's destination is also surrender only. Ego's destination is also God only. Ego does not know, it is searching, ego is searching for that higher state, which is merging with God. That is why it is okay when it feels uplifted from some, let's say, some Mahatma who's coming in front of you and you feel uplifted. Ego is not fighting that. Ego is only fighting what it does not like, all these lower frequencies. It only created when it was in some other body, but now it is basically fighting that because it has evolved from that place to this place. Let's say 10 lives past, it has created some belief systems. But now 10 lives later, it has evolved. Over 10 lives, it has evolved. 10 different, let's say, 1,000 lives, sorry, 1,000 years. It has evolved. 1,000 times it has faced the day, sunlight, everything has come, experiences have come. It has evolved. It has become 10 lives surrendered from 10 lives back. So much times it has surrendered now, which is why it does not like the belief systems which it had made 10 lives back. It only made that same subtle body is only made, but now it is no longer there, which is why it is now disliking some of these things, and we need to help it to get rid of it. Get rid of it means it is giving its attention to those belief systems and saying, I don't like, I don't like, I don't like, I don't like. But now we should just shift its presence to something else, to acceptance as a emotion. So it will basically benefit from that. But does that mean that the belief systems that it disliked is not going to be there anymore? It is going to be there, but it is going to be in a dormant state. That's all. But now we are making something else active. Acceptance of that as active. Because when it dislikes, no, it is not in acceptance. It wants to fight it. We are just saying, don't fight that battle. Ignore. Let it be. It's not use fighting that battle. Just let it be. So this let it be, ignore, just allow it to be, don't pay attention. All of that is called acceptance. You're just doing that. Okay? So we are helping the ego evolve to that state of surrender. It does not want to exist anymore because it's doing it is doing a role of a delegate. It is acting it is playing the role of the higher self. But over time, it wants to just give off that responsibility and just disappear. That it wants to do that, which is why it is trying to constantly go to that state of Satchidanand. Okay, so when all of those things comes, when the old memories hurt us, when all of those things come, no, we should just teach the ego the concepts taught in the class. We should repeat them. This is called introspection. It's called manan in Sanskrit. Okay, whatever we hear today, we need to go when the time comes when the mind is thinking about all of that and feeling bad and all, no? When the old memories come, or when the old experiences come, or when the triggers come, we need to teach like a teacher. We need to teach all of these concepts that we have learned again and again. We need to repeat like a record player that is going to help us. Because ego also needs to be taught, no? Again and again. Maybe it needs 10 more times to hear. So you have to, then it should not come from these classes. You should, even if you have to come from, you have to tell that inner voice has to teach the ego. Only then it will work. Only then you'll be able to apply. That is called manan. So unless you do manan, unless you do that churning, this is called churning of butter. Okay, this is what is called churning of the butter, the which the Gopikas and all did know in Krishna's period. It meant this only, churning of the butter. You're constantly doing this, jing, 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 jing. So we have to do that. And then once we are able to teach ourselves the same concepts that we've learned in the class, how does this apply now? See, this is why you should think like this, okay? So like that, you should only think. You should only teach yourself with your own language, thinking language. And then slowly, the ego will also learn all the concepts. And then it will be able to apply those concepts when the time comes. Okay. So hence, when we are encountering people, we must not label them. We should be, we should become alert and stop blaming, so that acceptance has to come that everything is about me. Everything is coming for me. Everything is coming to help me. Everybody is a instrument of God, and they are all coming to help me. They may have demonic faces, but still they are coming to help us. Okay, we may hate them to the core, but we should still believe that these people that I hate, I have the hate, which is why they are coming to help you. We may not develop love towards them overnight. It's okay. It's okay. No need to develop love overnight, but we should still do that discipline work for ourselves. Okay. So before I go to paradigm concept, let me just it's a difficult time for me, and I feel people turn their backs. I was also okay before this. I think yeah, you were telling me that people she doesn't want to keep that relationship with us. No, see many times what happens. No, in this journey, as you're evolving on the spiritual path, it is very common that people who do not resonate with you will leave you. The same, the everybody is opposed. Okay, everybody is in your life for a certain reason. Family has a longer term contract with us to be opposed, so which is why they are like stuck. God, they say that God gives us the family, but we have an option to make our friends, whatever. But it means that they will come and go in our life. So friends are temporary, and as long as you are they are meant to trigger things in you, show things for you. That's it. As long as you are beyond that frequency, they are no longer going to be in your life. But it doesn't mean that you are burning bridges with them. If they do, okay, if there's somebody is leaving by not talking to you, it's like one of our friends communicate that she doesn't want to keep relationship with us, me and my family. Take everything as an experience. Like something from my past is coming back to me, and I just need to allow it to happen. Because can we change our pose? We can't change our pose. So just allow it to happen. Let it go through you and not shift anything within you. Like be balanced. So yeah, okay, fine. She doesn't want to talk to me. Okay, leave. It's okay. Tomorrow when she wants to talk to me, I'll welcome her. That's it. Today she doesn't want to talk to me. Why should I bother? If she wants to talk to me tomorrow, I'll welcome her. That's all. See, who is bringing all these experiences? God is bringing. He will bring that also. If he wants to bring that, let him bring that also. Today he doesn't. Today he's bringing me this experience. Let me accept it. Why should I challenge it? Why should I question it? Today this experience is necessary for me. It came. What will you do? Bella, what will you do when somebody says, I don't want to talk to you anymore? No, the answer is here. I felt that I am going to be, whatever, missing that piece of happiness in my life. Why did you depend? See, this should show you, oh my God, this person leaving me is making my ego feel that there is a void in my life. So it only means that so much of self love is missing. So that much more self you need to connect to yourself. See, why should we feel complete by somebody's presence in our life? Tomorrow, mothers will die, fathers will die, children may go away. So many missing. So it only shows that nothing is constant in this world. People will come, people will go. Yeah, how they leave you depends on what they want to trigger within you. So always come back to basics. What is this triggering within me? As soon as it makes you feel bad, ask yourself, what is this triggering within me? It'll help you. It'll help you grow from that also. We need to make everything as an opportunity, even such experiences. Yeah, oh my God, she's showing me something before she leaves. But once you've accepted that, no, it is quite possible that she will come back into your life. Today, she needs to show you that experience. Tomorrow, she'll show you some other experience. It is no longer necessary for her to be like that if you no longer have that matching frequency. So put acceptance that you have that. That is why she is like that. You needed that. That is why she behaved like that. So don't analyze it. Just put acceptance on it and move on to next experience. It will come over time. Many experiences will come. If they have to come back in your life, if God thinks that they have to come back in your life, He will come. It will come. Nothing is permanent. Okay. Then it is a difficult time for me, and I feel people turn their backs. Also, I was very supportive when they needed my support. So expectation is not of help, but that of only communication. See, the thing is, when we think that we help them, no, it is a misconception. Who are you? You are also an instrument of God. So let's say when I come and teach here, if I think I am only teaching here, oh, I am this great person who has all this knowledge, who is coming here to help people. Do you think all of you need help from me? I am only suffering. I am only this blind person in this. Why will one blind person help another blind person? No, this blind person thinks that, okay, I am doing some work for God. He's given me some knowledge. I'm just sharing it here. Whether they listen to it, whether they understand it, whether they think that I'm good, whether they think that I'm bad, it really does not matter. I should not get carried away by that. Because if I'm getting carried away, I'm only feeding my ego. I should do this like a duty to God. Because every single work that we do in this life with our sense organs, with our hands, with our legs, with our minds, everything is, you should think that if I do this work, I'm doing that work for God. Imagine that you are working for some IT company, let's say some company, and in that company you go to office, and then as a part of the project, you are now, let's say, going to meetings. That is also work. You are writing some documentation. That is also work. And then you are maybe maintaining good relationships with your peers. That is also sort of like a work only, because unless you maintain good relationships with your peers, you will not be maybe a teams. You'll not be a good person in a team. That exchange of communication may not be very seamless. And then you may also help somebody else in the team. You may take their help. You may go out for maybe some outings, some lunch or something like that. Something or the other you will do, no? So what does it actually mean? It means that you are working for that company only. At the end of the month, you will get your salary. Whatever you did in that team, it doesn't mean that you were always coding, or you were always being playing a manager's role. You have done many different things as a part of the team, but you still worked for that company and you still got paid by the end of the month. Similarly, whatever we do in this life on a daily basis, we are working for God only. Whether we are taking bath, whether we are cooking, whether we are, let's say, talking to our children, whether we are talking to our husband, whether we are watering the plants, anything that we do, we are working for God only. So at the end of whatever our life, at whatever period, that recognition will also be given. So think that everything is more like a duty. I'm just doing. There is no expectation of when what will come. It will come. At least maybe when we go to a company, in the earth scenario, we will say, okay, this is the kind of pay you will get. But actually, in real life, there is nothing like a promised pay. We might get even more better pay. There is a lot of dynamic ups and downs that actually happen, which is what karma is basically helping us do. So either way, whatever is coming to us is more like, think of it more like work. Some post comes, shows some trigger. What doing acceptance and surrender is also part of the work. You're getting knowledge, no? Like say in a project, you are being sent for some training, and you learn in the training, you're going to come back and apply in the project, no? Something like that. Again, it is going to be a part of that project's contribution only. So here also think of all this as training. And as a part of this training, you should go and apply that in your project, which is your day-to-day life. And everything is a part of that project only. And when you're doing with that kind of mindset that I need to give the best to this project. Why? Because I'm working for God, the highest and the best employer in the world. I'm working for him. So when you think from that mindset, what will actually happen is you will be very cautious in doing underperforming, like shoddy jobs. You will not do shoddy jobs because you don't want to lose that employment. Suddenly what will happen is you'll forget that you are the employee of that person. That is what is called losing the job. You are doing the job, but then actually you forgot that you are actually doing. So that is like losing the job only. So we lose the job, and then you'll suddenly say that, oh, I don't have any job. It is not a great place to be. So let's always consistently remember that we are working for him and keep trying to please him, do the best for him, because you know how much he helps us on a daily basis. We exist only because of him. So when we think from that angle, that when you do gratitude and all that, you will remember, oh my God, I've actually got so much, but without even asking for it. And but I try to keep focusing on only the bad stuff. So when we think about who we are working for, no, then put everything for that only. You don't have to keep telling yourself, oh, I'm working for this, I'm working for this person, I'm working. You don't have to tell yourself because sometimes we forget also. But make a general opinion in your head that every work that I'm doing is for him only. Then you'll also remember when you're trying to do some cunning stuff or trying to do some um, manipulation, trying to go do with something with kids and all we do, with the husbands we do, with the people who we like. We want to steer the outcome to our thing, no? We try to control the future, we try to control the outcomes. Then you will know, is this a part of my work? Is this a part of controlling future and all that? You will know this is not part of my work. Then you will think twice whether I should act or not. It may come, even though that mind comes, you will still go ahead and do it. There is that part also within us. We will not listen. It's okay, yeah, I know I am an employee of God, but I still want to do this. See, that is where ego is still not learned. Then you should, okay, do it off. But then you tell your ego, see, this was wrong. Recognize that you missed that opportunity for working for God. You made a mistake there. That's it. Recognize. Be aware of that also. Accept that also. Because acceptance means accepting the good, bad, ugly within us, the cunningness, the lying, the everything we have to accept. Okay. So then it's okay to be, if people are coming and going out of our lives, if experiences are coming to us, it is still helping us. Like, but from my side, I'm going to do my job, which is constantly showing up for work, irrespective of anything that comes to me as POSEs. I will go and work for work, like the way it is supposed to be working. Okay. Then Devi says, I am meditating consistently for about a month. Does meditation increase anxiety in the beginning? The concepts of our realizing higher self is also kind of threatening me. It is fueling my anxiety. What if I become more detached from my family and people around me who are leading normal egocentric life? See, Devi, when we choose, which is exactly why meditation is not for us yet. So I would suggest that you stick to connecting to God in terms of bhakti. See God more in your activities, like I just described. Think that you're working for God. Then you are basically with your family doing everything, but then you're very well aware of who you're working for, and you are thinking twice about what investment you're putting in, where you're working, how you're working. So that is also like a meditation. See, when we are doing service in with our own people and all that, no, When will we be meditative is when we are constantly bringing God, doing it for God. It is called meditation. If we are successful in this kind of meditation only, we will be able to sit and do meditation for God. Because today, if we don't love God, if God is still optional in your life, obviously all of this will happen when you sit and meditate. What do you think meditation will give? It is going to detox you. And the same anxiety and everything that your poses are giving you, you are now just seeing it in your meditation. That's all. And now you don't know how to process it. Why? Because that connecting knowledge is not there. So we need to do this work when we are in action mode. Now, it is very important for us to understand that. Physically, we need to do action for God. This has to clean up. And only when this cleans up, this realizes what it is made up of, only then it will be able to understand itself fully. And only then you'll be able to sit and meditate. Today, you're not ready to sit and meditate, to be very honest. If all of this is happening, you can't see. Meditation is basically sitting there in a silent state and listening to your lover, the person who you love, which is God. But no, you still are thinking about your family, your life, anxieties, and all that. So, which means that love is not there yet. So, you're not ready to sit and meditate for God. And we are, which is why Karma Yoga part of the first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita is Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga means do your duty. And I think in my last class, I spoke a lot about what is duty. And the more we do our duty, like as if we are working for God, then all of this anxiety and this and that and all will eventually go. And apply the practice of acceptance and all of those things. Do your sadhana, which is to meditate on God while you're in a waking state. In your waking state, meditation on God is thinking about God, working for God, thinking that you're working for God, doing it, which means all your work is dedicated to God. So if all your work is dedicated to God, what pay hikes you're going to get, what pay you're going to get is obviously the employer's responsibility. No, you are not saying I should get this much, I should get that much. You can't judge, you can't dictate anymore. You just have to accept what the employer gives. That is what is called accept. So this is karma yoga. So when you're able to basically get stabilized in this sort of action mode, then only all of this sitting and meditating will help, will stabilize. First of all, love for God has to come. And love for God will come only when we are internally clean. From a spiritual state, if you say, okay, if from let's say if we take Vishnu and Lakshmi, right? Lakshmi is nothing but abundance and prosperity and all the good stuff is called Lakshmi. Okay. Imagine that Lakshmi is when they in the books and all, if they talk about heaven, all this is there, that is there, all the great stuff is there, everything is there. That means Lakshmi is there. Lakshmi's little portion is there, let's say in heaven, in let's say at a certain dimension. But let's say in the highest dimension where let's say Vishnu is there, Narayan is there, his wife Lakshmi is there in her 100% self. What does it mean? Which means there is no negative stuff at all there, at all, which means absolute states are there. What does it actually mean? It means that in us also, if Lakshmi has to be there, we need to be so much more cleaner, no, from all of these demonic tendencies. Lakshmi cannot come to a demon's house, no. She can only be in a divine place. And in a divine place, there should be a lot of cleanliness, mental cleanliness, emotional cleanliness, and all that. So wherever she is there, so wherever God, so when we do all of these practices, like let's say acceptance, surrender, duty, working for God, I will drop all my expectations, all that, what does it mean? It means that we are embodying Narayan's qualities, which are there in Vishnu Sahasranam. Obviously, when we are constantly doing those kinds of things, where the husband is there, where he is respected, the wife will automatically come. When the wife is automatically in that place, obviously everything is divine within us. Experiences are divine, money is there, health is there, relationships are great, everything is going good. When does all of that happen? When we bring those good qualities within us, when we are investing, and we have those qualities within us because God is within us only, no? So, but we are not choosing to invest in those qualities of God. So let's invest in those qualities of God, like our sadhana, and automatically everything that is related to him and his wife will automatically become our experience. Okay, you understood, Devi? Yeah, as you mentioned, I've hit my bottom frequency and it started impacting my health. This is what made me turn towards spirituality, but staying on the spiritual path feels overwhelming sometimes. Please shed some light. See, when we expect that things should go in a certain way, no, it also feels a little overwhelming. And shifting from a comfort zone, even if it's a hurting related comfort zone, it is still a comfort zone because it's familiar. So always remember that when you are in a place of darkness, when you are calling out to the light and light comes to help you, or light comes to take your hand and go out, you will have 10 different hands trying to pull you from the opposite side to stay in the darkness. It is very important for you to understand. But do you like to stay there? Do you want to go towards those 10 hands or one hand that is pulling you towards the light? You should choose. Now, you should say it's okay if it feels overwhelming. I will still do these practices. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. It's okay. It doesn't matter what your ego feels. It doesn't matter whether you don't like it. It doesn't matter whether you feel overwhelmed. It's okay. Do it. Because it's not your familiar to you, which is why your ego doesn't like it. And your ego doesn't care whether you're in the negative or in the positive. It just wants, it has taken you there because it feels comfortable. It feels safe. But you don't like it. Why? Because you are a divine being. Your subtle bodies don't like it. Your soul doesn't like it. So you need to do the right thing and just keep. This is where discipline comes. Discipline doesn't say whether you like it or no. Discipline is doing a set of activities, whether you like it or no, because it's the right thing to do. No need to feel pleasure when you're doing it. It will show you its effects when it is the right time. But keep doing. Okay, Devi, if you're there, please let me know if you understood. Okay, if any person stopped talking suddenly before we talked well, we need to just accept it's fine. But how to process that pain? See, just take experience as it comes. At that time, that experience had to come to you, it came to you. But if we put analysis to it, no, why did it happen? Why did they do this to me? Then ego wants answers, that's all. But if you're trying to feed those answers, no, we are just creating more belief systems, more cages that we have to get out of. So don't analyze your experiences. That is like putting yourself in more prisons. So don't analyze. Just accept it as it is and just move on to the next life, the next moment. Okay, yeah, this happened. Okay, fine. So be it. Move on. I know it's easy to say, but hard to follow. But try it. Try it. I mean, I've been there. I've been there. Even today, there are some experiences that say, oh, I mean, some person, she was somebody that I looked up to. Okay, she was hugging everybody. But when I hugged her, she sort of did not hug me back. So many times it has come to my memory to say, why didn't she hug me back? Initially, when it came to my memory, I would say, yeah, maybe she didn't like me. Maybe she thought maybe she had some opinion about me. Maybe she thought I am whatever, something. I just used to condemn myself and put some negative self-talk and think, yeah, see, I'm this bad person. That is why she didn't like it. Maybe she knew something about me, whatever I would say. But later on, as this knowledge sort of came to me, that experience is still there in my head, no? But today, I tell myself it was an experience that I needed. Why? I don't know why I needed it. It came. It came. It it got filtered through my subtle bodies. And yeah, whatever, let it be. Today, I may not be able to get those answers. And today, if I keep cooking up answers, I will just create more belief systems. So today, when that memory comes to my head, I just choose to ignore it. I just say, yeah, it happened. It just happened. That's it. But maybe tomorrow, when I'm ready, that answer will just flash in my head. It may just flash, but today I'm trying to search that answer through logic. But don't do it. Don't put logic. Don't try to search for logical answers because that is ego. Okay? Don't feed the ego. But little hard, but I keep the mantra. Yeah, we have to try. We have to keep trying. Okay? Yeah. Paradigms is another big topic. Maybe I'll do that in the next class. Okay? Any other questions you'll have? Did you all have any other questions? You can unmute yourself and ask. Or was there any doubts from this today's class? Was it clear? And it's important that whatever you heard today, tell it in your own words. Just when I spoke for 1.5 hours, but whatever small part also went really deep into your head. No, you just repeat that and put it as a takeaway. Because only when you tell it in your own words, it will stay within you. Otherwise, it will just vaporize. It will just evaporate and go. Okay. What am I saying? One of the spiritual gurus asked me to sit and meditate and get rid of my negative thoughts and get rid of anxiety. When the God's energy enters me, I will be more. See, the thing is, it is right. It is right. I didn't say meditation is wrong. I'm just saying that we have to do a lot more work to connect to God when we are awake before we can sit and do it. We should not do meditation for a benefit. Meditation is not done for benefit. Don't make it like a business transaction. But it is what is known in the world. But I personally think that it should not be a business transaction. Connecting to God is not going to happen through tricks that we have, agendas that we have. It will not work. I mean, how can you love a person? How can you connect to a loved one with an agenda? It doesn't work like that. We have to do it today when we are in our what is familiar to us. Doing our duty is familiar to us. So learn to connect to him through that because he's in everything. He's in every single atom that you're connecting to today. So why shouldn't you see him in those things yet? So if you are not able to see him in our waking states, how will we be able to manage that then? Tomorrow, if you have to sit and meditate and it has to be a blissful experience, do your work today. Okay? Listen to those class or to all these classes that so listen to them again and again and again. The more you listen, the multiple times you listen, you will get different understandings and it will actually keep improving. So just don't listen to it once, listen to it multiple times again and again. Go to past classes also and listen to that again and again. It will keep changing your reality. Okay, it will keep shifting your perception. Okay, fine, guys. Thank you so much. We'll close the class. To the Supreme God, to the spiritual teachers, to all the spiritual teachers, to my spiritual teacher, to all the spiritual teachers, holy masters, all the saints, holy angels, spiritual helpers, and all the great ones. We thank you for your great blessings. Thank you. Thank you all for taking the time and patience to sit here and listen to this. I'm sure it has helped us all. Let's make use of these sessions. Thank you so much. Bye. Do give your takeaways in the group. It will not help me, it will help you. Okay, thank you.